I have no regrets on being here. I absolutely love it. And I think it's just a small step of new opportunities for your life.
Before choosing Newcastle University, I actually came and did a school visit, so I get to see the city life, the student life, and all the facilities that the university have to offer.
So I spoke a little bit with the staff, which I found them very friendly and helpful. So that kind of made me decide on Newcastle University right away.
I was able to speak to a couple of students on a virtual open day, and it was really helpful for me because they answered all the questions I had about not only living here but also how classes would be.
I was glad when I was able to find students from my country, Indonesia, to chat with. I got their positive experiences, and their willingness to help definitely answered many of my questions. I did have a few worries about moving, mainly about being so far away from home and my family. What surprised me the most was how quickly I felt at home here.
Living so far away from home is really difficult sometimes, so my coping mechanism is to just call my parents as often as you can and connect with your family whenever you're free.
The members of staff are always happy to help and very approachable and kind. There's also support available through demonstrators and personal tutors and peer mentors, which I have found really helpful.
Once you finish your degree, you obviously have a lot of questions about visa and job applications, and it is different for us than for home students. So I think for me, the visa appointments team have definitely helped me, as well as the career service.
And as an international student, I didn't really know about the regulations or how I could easily get a job here. And I think the university has really provided a lot of sources, information, as well as sessions that you could attend so that you can improve your employability.
I was concerned about making friends so far away from home, but then I realized that it's very important to remember that everyone else here is also in their first year of university and they're also adjusting to being away from home.
I did join quite a few societies, such as the International Society and the Badminton Club, which means I get to meet a lot of different types of people through society events and make connections with them as well.
In my first year, I didn't really quite want to join any societies apart from the Thai Society, which helped me kind of feel more at ease or feel that I still have any someone with the same background that I could socialize with.
I would say that the biggest surprise studying in Newcastle has been how welcoming the people are. I think coming as an international student, to know that this city is very welcoming and that there is a community backing you up is very helpful.
I felt like one myth that I used to have is that the Geordie accent is really hard to understand, but actually it's not as bad as you think, and it is pretty easy to catch on once you've been here around for a bit. I do think that the more north you go, the friendlier the people are, so everyone here are really nice and open. So it's really easy to build connections, make friends as well.
The city itself is very student-friendly, with everything within walking distance at the center, such as supermarkets and entertainment.
Another good thing is that Newcastle is very connected with other cities. There's a lot of flights going to Spain, to Dubai, to Amsterdam, where you can do a lot of connection flights.
My concerns about moving to Newcastle were mostly about the weather and the food. The weather is unpredictable, but it can be adjusted to. And the food, it took me a while to get used to it, but I did realize that there were multiple stores around here that had everything I required.
I do have to say that is great about Newcastle is that it's very diverse. So there's food for everyone, from Asian to Mexican. There's also a little Venezuelan place that sells lots of good food called Deli Churros.
I also heard numerous things about the UK weather, and yes, I have to say it is very unpredictable, but I found it amazing to experience all 4 seasons, unlike back at my hometown.
Coming here and experiencing winter and spring and autumn was definitely a shock. So it was my first time buying a coat and getting used to the weather and seeing snow for the first time. So all of that was very surprising, and it was a great experience to have in Newcastle.
I get to experience different culture. I get to meet a lot of people from different backgrounds as well, and have a fulfilling social and uni life.
I really want to keep staying here, as I have also applied for the master course. I have really made good memories and experiences here.
Being in Newcastle has really made me grow as a person, and I have also met a lot of wonderful people that would never met if I just stayed back home.